Hi, so today we're going to make an egg sandwich using the vocabulary I have learned. So, your ingredients, what you need is 4 pieces of bread, mayonnaise, eggs, salt and pepper if you want, cheese as well, and then you're going to need your butter and a bowl. So, let's go ahead, and I've already put my butter in my pan so it could go ahead and melt. And you're also going to need a spatula. So we're fixing to go ahead and mix all of our ingredients. So first, you're going to need 4 eggs. So, 1. And as you put the eggs in, add ingredient by ingredients. So we're going to add some pepper. And also fork. Put some pepper, some salt. And these are your choice if you want. We're gonna add some cheese. You don't need a lot. You just need like a little bit of a handful. We're gonna put that in the bowl. And then we are going to add the other 3 of our eggs. So this is a big egg. That's 2. And then by your second egg, after you put all your ingredients, you need to go ahead and mix all of it into. Right, mix it together. Go ahead and do that. And it won't look right at first, but after you put your other 2 eggs in, it'll look good. And I didn't specify, but I'm going to be scrambling my eggs. I'm not going to be frying them. So, alrighty, we have our 4 eggs in, and we are going to mix our other 2 eggs in. Alrighty, after all your eggs are mixed very well together and all your other stuff, just take your salt and pepper and add a little bit more into. Alright, and then mix a little bit more to get that salt and pepper into it. And now we are going to go ahead and bring you over here to where we're going to cook. And then go ahead and make sure your butter is all around the pan so you can make sure nothing sticks. Alrighty, and you're going to need a spatula. So now we are going ahead and putting our eggs. If I were you, I would add a little bit at a time. But if you want, you can go ahead and, and you're just going to mix them together. Just make sure, if you want, you can separate them and do a little bit at a time. And right now, this is conduction. And conduction is when something is touching like a pan or like a pot that's producing heat. So go ahead and mix this up a little. And it might take a little minute for it to get hot, but in the end it will be good. And this is also a chemical and physical change, because the egg is still an egg, but it's going from a raw form to a solid form, and this is a liquid. So let's go ahead and mix this all up. Let's give it a minute to heat up, but get back to you when it's cooking. So I went ahead and put my eye onto high because the medium was not getting hot enough to heat up the pan. So went ahead and put it to high, and it's already cooking it. So when half of it gets like kind of solid, that's when you go ahead and add the other half. So before you add it, it's like kind of solid and kind of liquid. So alright, I'm just going ahead and put it on medium, and now we're fixing to add our other half of our mixture. So fixing to go put this in the sink, and now we're going to put this back on our eye, because when you're pouring it, you don't want it to pop. So you're just going to go ahead and do that, and then let the pan heat back up, and then you're good to go. And right now I'm fixing to add a little bit more cheese, because it's almost all the way cooked, but it's not completely cooked yet. And so it's just going to give, when you cook it, it's just going to give it like a little bit more goodness. Now I'm fixing to go ahead and set my pan on the side and turn my eye off. And I'm just going to let that sit for a good minute. And while that is sitting and cooling down, we are going to come over here and make our sandwich. So you're going to get a knife and put your mayonnaise on. You can put it on all four, or you can just put it on two. It just depends if you like mayonnaise or not. So I'm going to get my knife. Alright, I'm going to get just a little bit like that for each one. I'm a mayonnaise fan, so I'm going to put it on all four pieces of the bread. Alright, so after you put your mayonnaise and stuff on that, before or after you put your mayonnaise on your bread, you can go ahead and put your stuff up, like all your ingredients up, so you don't forget about them, and you can just go ahead and eat your sandwich. So now I'm taking my eggs and my spatula, and I'm just going to put my eggs directly on my sandwiches, so you can go ahead and get it done. And while I'm doing this, I will tell you that this is a kind of hetero and homogeneous mixture. And if you don't know what that is, homogeneous is when you can taste like your ingredients, like salt or your cheese, but you can't physically see them or separate them. And it's also a heterogeneous mixture because it's pepper is kind of like it, because you can see the pepper, but you can't really pick it out. So that's kind of either or. And it's also a heterogeneous because you can take the eggs off of the sandwich and you can separate them. So